That was 24, so the next one is 25. We'll wait to delete that one later. So 25 looks something like that. Make him a little smaller. That's just to give you an idea. You should be able to see it in your book. Okay, now, and I don't think on 25 they didn't throw us any curveballs or anything like weight or anything, did they? I don't remember. I don't think so. Ah, it's a truss. Yeah. And you know what? On my test, unless it says remember the weight of the object, just neglect it as a rule. Okay? We'll just go with the assumption that you're going to neglect it. Okay, so on this one, we've got a note, we've got a pin at A and a roller situation at B. So when we draw the free body diagram of this, it's just going to look something like this. Where those two angles are the same. Supposed to be. We probably are going to have an AY pushing up. Now we do have an AX this time, don't we? I'm going to make an educated guess that AX is going to the left because look, we've got a 20 kip force pushing to the right and a 10 kip force pushing to the right. Okay? Now the question was brought up after class the other day. This 20 kips and this 10 kips, they're along the same line. Could we add those together? And the answer is yes. I tend to not do that so that I can make sure I get everything listed. But it doesn't matter if it's 20 kips times 15 or 10 kips times 15. 30 kips times 15 is the same thing, isn't it? And since they're along the same line, that's that law of transmissibility. They're on the same line, so that's not going to change. It's still going to be 30. So either way is correct. I just tend to, I'm kind of old school. I like to see things listed. Okay? And on the free body diagram, I still think you should put both of them. That, I wouldn't vary. Well, that looks like crap. Bad enough as it is, let alone.
So we lose points on the quiz for not listing them both?
Well, as far as putting it here,
Yeah, like if you just wrote 30 kips. Well, yeah, that's what I did.
yeah, I would just be real careful about doing that because there might be another condition that you have to satisfy. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't put 30 there because if it's 10 here, and I guess where you would really get into trouble is if you for some reason had a force that was coming at an angle and you forgot. So I would go ahead and list them. Again, I'm kind of old school, and this works every single time. And when you start doing things that vary, you might get yourself in a jam.
And another problem when the conditions are different, like if they weren't the same height or at the same angle.
Yeah, and you might make an assumption accidentally and screw yourself. Yeah, so I'm just not a big fan of taking shortcuts. It's not that much of a time saver to throw those together.
I just thought it was easier for me to only have to think about one horizontal force instead of two.
Yeah, I mean if you put it in there as 30 and times 15 and you came up with the right answer, I'm not going to mark it wrong. I'm just saying be careful about taking shortcuts. Shortcuts, it's just like when you're building a house. You take a shortcut and the house might fall down. You take a shortcut here and your house might fall down. And I'm just not a big fan of doing that. I know other teachers will tell you, oh yeah, do this, do that. I'm a little leery of that. Just my personal preference. But I know this will all work. So we got 8 kips here. And then we've got BY. Big BY. Really, really big BY. You're going to like that by. Bx equals 0. Again, it's on a roller. We know this distance to be 15 feet, right? This distance right here is about 30. The distance out to the 8 is 45. And the overall is 60. Right? Well, let's see. Sum the forces in the X. We've got negative AX plus 20 plus 10. Therefore, AX stays where it's at. Everything, let's see. AX was negative, so yeah, we could actually, we'd want to throw AX to the other side this time, wouldn't we? So it becomes positive. So AX equals 30 kips. We said it was going to the left. It came out a positive value. Therefore, it is going to the left. Okay. This time we guessed right. Last time I just screwed it up so we couldn't guess right. Sum the forces into Y. It's just like this. I'm a creature of habit on this too. I do this the same every single time. Even if I know it's not going to work out, I still do it that way. I've got AY going up, minus 12 kips, minus 8 kips, plus BY. Kips. I forgot to put kips on the AY, didn't I? Can't solve for that, so we do a moment excuse me, about A. And we're looking at the 20 kips is trying to make that thing go clockwise, which is negative. It's 15 feet. Minus 12 kips. Oh, and let me back up on that. That 20 kips is this one right here, right? Now, it's pushing to the right, but more importantly, if you had a compass here and you put the point of the compass right here and you put the pencil out here and struck an arc with it, it would do this, wouldn't it? Which means it's going to be going clockwise, which is negative. Same thing's going to occur with the 10 out here. You know, it's that law of transmissibility. So if you had it, that point right here, you had this 10, and you just take off, it's going to be the same way. The 12, making this whole thing spin to the clockwise. The 8, making it spin clockwise. BY, making it spin counterclockwise. Okay? For some reason, people sometimes have a hard time with that. That's why I felt like it was important to go back over that again. 30 feet on the 12, minus 8 kips at 45 feet, minus 10 kips at 15 feet, plus BY at 60 feet. BY stays on this side. All this goes to the other side of the equation, becomes positive, so we guessed right. So all of that mess is like 1,170 kips feet. Divide that by 60, you end up with 19.5 kips up. Then we just go in there and substitute that right here. 19.5. AY stays where it's at. This becomes positive, positive, and negative. So 20 minus 19.5 should give you 1/2 kip. And we said it was going up. It came out a positive value, even though it was small, of a 1/2 kip. Now, is that what that should do? Does that look about right? In other words, all the pressure is being pushed over onto this side, isn't it? Because this is trying, it really, all of these are basically trying to rip that out, aren't they? At a 1/2 kip, it wouldn't take much more for this AY to have to go down, to have to pull down to hold that thing. Because everything's going on here, these two are pushing down, and these two right here essentially are trying to rip that out of the floor, aren't they? That's what they would be doing. So I was kind of concerned when I started this that AY might need to be going down, and it's not too far from having to go down. But there's enough weight of this 12 kips probably right here that's making sure that that stays where it has to be pushing up. But these weights right here are counteracting these and trying to rip it out. So that's, you know, when you get a problem done, look at the answers and make sure they make sense. In this case, that one's a little bit trickier.